Yo, what's up? What's up? It's motherfucking Lord Mav. I forgot my name real quick. So what? I'm in here. I gotta do these insanity topics because the thing was I decided I'm not gonna do it. I decided, let me break it down. My bad. I decided I'm gonna do insanity topics as I wrote them down, as a little like podcast show, like every once in a while. But then I took a look at all of these topics and I realized that I was kind of like I don't know how you say at the moment, but it's like I was on the fence about all of these things almost about does it really even matter. So then I decided I'm gonna do one long, just talk about all of these things that I wrote down, and I'll call it the insanity or some shit like that. But I decided I gotta really get this out the way because it kind of stopped me from doing anything else. Like I didn't really want to talk about anything else because this was on the back of my mind, and I was also going through other things, but. The insanity topics is I don't know. You're gonna see what you want to see from it. Like I don't know what to call it. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. I'm not gonna separate this. Y'all just gonna have to listen, and it's gonna play out. It's just whatever. So Black Moon Pack all day. So the first question was how the aspect of chasing money and financial stability has changed the black communities more morally. Change the black community morally. I did the same thing the first time I recorded this. It's hilarious. I'm trying to say morality, but I think in the simple ways that we are more willing to do anything. Like back in the day, it was a time when you know it's like prostitution was around always. Selling drugs was around always, but it's like niggas was trying to stray away from these things. And it was cool because I saw in the movie, I forget what movie it was, but it was about the Black Panthers where it was I think it was about the Black Panthers. I'm not gonna lie, but it was one nigga that was always drinking, and they was looking at him like, oh, you alky, like they was there clowning that nigga. It might have been School Days or whatever movie Lawrence Fishburne was in, but none of that shit mattered. What I'm talking about is our morals change because now we in more of a mindset of the only thing that really matters is getting money. Everything else comes secondary. You'll think about that after. It was a time when I seen a lot of women talking about Tyler Perry. Men down Tyler Perry because it's like it's other ways for you to get money. And even though niggas laugh, it's like we don't fuck with Big Mama, and we don't fuck with like Respucia and Norbit and shit, cause it's like it's other ways for you to get things across, and even you could just put a woman in that role. Women should really feel a certain type of way that a man to put on a dress and portray a woman for a whole movie. You know, like it makes sense for what you call it. It makes sense for Big Mama's house. Um, it makes no sense for Tyler Perry to ever do it. He created a character, and that's fine. Excuse me for the pops, but my mouth a little dry. I need some candy. It's it's like he created a character, and that's fine. But the thing is that he could have still created that character and it be a woman. You know, part of the appeal of it was that it was a man, and it's funny to see this big nigga, you know, with a dress on. But aside from that, it's like the character has devolved into just nonsense, just trying to keep it alive for the sake of keeping it alive. And Norbit was the same way. It's like you could have got a fat woman to play Respucia. It would have been disrespectful about what you wrote in terms of what you're saying about her, but it doesn't change the fact that you still saying that thing about a woman, even though that woman is being portrayed by you. It's ridiculous. And I'm quite sure scenes where they had to put his face, or thinking about it, you know, they might have had to put his face on somebody else's body real quick for certain scenes, or maybe they did that for the whole thing. But that's about the getting money thing. That's all it is. Like we change because now we more focused on getting money than anything else. So that was that. Also, these I'm gonna say right now, these things I didn't figure was long enough to do anything with too, and that's another reason why I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and fucking, I guess, just do it all at once. Might come out to like 15 minutes. So the second question was, when did it become okay for black people to love America, and is that love deserved? I don't know when it became okay for niggas to be like, all right, America, you know? Because when I was young, it was like everybody hated this shit, but you just did what you had to do to get by. Now it's like, I see niggas loving this place. I see niggas respecting this place. I see niggas like making justifications for the crazy shit that go on. And I just feel like the love is not deserved because niggas been through too much. Like, to talk about niggas coming here in slavery, or if you believe that we are the Native Americans, then we was here and they came and fucked everything up for us, then we get free and they shit on us and basically keep us slaves in that point. And then we find ways to work, you know, and then they start lynching niggas, and then we make our own communities, and then they start killing us there and putting drugs into our shit. So recently, we talking about with drugs coming in the 80s, heavy drugs, crack. We talking about at earliest the 90s is when they stopped fucking with us. And then I was learning about, like, I didn't learn nothing from it, but it was just like a passive hearing. It was like tied to what shit I was looking at. But it was like something about like healthcare in the 90s changing. Or not healthcare. I think it was I forget. It was something tied to the economic state of the motherfucking blacks. You know what I'm saying? That's how they would have said it back then. But I don't know what it was, but it was something that kept us down in a different way. But we're not going to talk about that since I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. We're going to keep it at the 80s. So if crack came out in the 80s, that means that motherfuckers that was born in the 80s is now 30 or so, and they still deal in their mind with the effects of that crack shit. So we still in the state with these people having to raise their kids, not knowing if they have any adverse effects in themselves that could be passed on to their children. We still going through this shit right now. So you can't even say like it's just slavery, because that's what niggas be talking about. Like, for the, I'm not big on like talking about all this black shit that be going on because we got to progress for real. But when we talking about like black people being mad and certain white people like, oh, you ain't got no reason to be mad, or other black people be like, you ain't got no reason to be mad. Like, that's the fucked up part. You got black people out here who say that shit when it's like the physical slavery, that shit was better than what we got now in a way, if you thinking how I think, because it's much more dangerous to keep a person in a state of slavery when you don't have them in chains, because they're never going to think that they're enslaved, you know? Let's talk about like Stockholm syndrome and shit, because we could talk about that. This shit done devolved into something. I done talked some shit, but fucking Stockholm syndrome, where niggas be with they person, be with they captor for so long that they start to love them, you know? That's us in America right now. We've been here so long that we starting to love this shit, even though we forget that in the beginning we was in chains. Now they done let the chains loose and let us go to the store to go get fucking eggs and bread for the house. And now we done forgot that, oh shit, we had a home before this, you know? Whether it be Israel, Africa, or Jerusalem, or fucking here. You know what I mean? In a different state. But that's the point. For going through all the things that we've been through, which ended very recently, and there's still other tricks going on that's not so physical, the love is not deserved, and I still can't answer when we started loving this shit. Next question. Are the Israelites any different than any other religious organization? This is some real shit for me right here. Because I started thinking about the Israelites, and it's like, you talk all this shit about religion, right? But we're not talking about like niggas taking donations and shit, because everybody need to survive. And they do have jobs. Like, from what I learned about these niggas, they all work. So you taking donations to keep the shit afloat, to give to the school, you know, and you teaching niggas, and that's cool. But then you got the debate and shit where they stop taking the Bible in certain places. They stop taking the Bible literally. Like, that's supposed to be the point. You take the Bible literally. Like, when it's some background shit that you're supposed to learn from, you're supposed to learn from everything. But when it's something background that you're supposed to learn, you'll know that, because it'll be outrageous. So one of the problems that I saw between two different camps was this dude Zabak and Great Millstone dudes. These niggas came from the same teachings, but at some point Zabak started teaching that I guess this guy Cornelius from the Bible, he was supposed to be a white guy, that basically became perfect. I think that's the guy Cornelius, but so he was teaching that was a white guy, and that goes against the teachings that white people can make it. So Great Millstone was beefing with this nigga for that. So it's like y'all niggas is over here beefing, and y'all just supposed to be teaching. That's what the shit is about. To the point where I started watching Great Millstone. This is why I stopped watching this shit, because at a point, these niggas, every time you clicked on the video, you had the young niggas kicking mad facts. And then at a certain point, the old niggas are step from the back like some phantom, like, yeah. And that's why, we better than these other niggas, because these other niggas is teaching this and that. And it's like, son, you cutting into the teaching with your drama. And that's the shit that you was teaching before we got to stay away from. So you getting kind of like crazy looking in your old age and shit. But that's why I feel like these niggas ain't no different, because they start to, not all of them, I'm not going to say all of them, because there's a bunch of different camps, but at a certain point, niggas start to stray away from the goal, and they start to forget, But, I don't know, fuck it. I don't see it. I just feel like we got to follow the Bible and keep it going. Of course, we need to get the people together, but I don't know. Maybe action is needed to move forward, and I haven't seen any real action from the Israelites, except for, this teaching the Bible. Of course, you get people to come, but we needed an army, and they could have been the ones. But fuck it. Next question is there a master plan, or are all these just chance events governed by human emotion? There's some hard shit too. Like, you never know about life. Like, I don't know if God exists. Niggas talk about faith, like that's what shit is about. Whatever you believe in, whether it be God or some next shit, it's all about faith. So, we could believe that, right? It's a space out there. But that's just faith. We don't know. Fuck them other niggas. They don't know either. We don't know. Because if you 100 blocks away, right, and you got like a telescope or some shit, you ain't got a telescope, but you got like binoculars, not 100 blocks, but something like that, and somebody posted up a picture of a living room on their window with people in it, you would see that window and be like, shit, there's mad people in that bitch. And then you get there and they open up the door and there's only one person in there. That's because a picture was posted on this shit. So imagine if, we not saying a picture, right? But we saying, let's say even to understand, because we don't understand certain shit. Let's say a projection, right? Let's say it's something over the earth to protect us, because we already know. We call that shit the ozone, or like, not the ozone, but is it the ozone layer? No. We talking about whatever the fuck barrier is outside of us, the magnetic field. That's what that shit is called. The so-called magnetic field is supposed to be protecting us. That's why these niggas come up with all types of bullshit to try to get away from what shit is. It's a magnetic field protecting us. What if it's nothing out there, right? And we made us some shit that reflects things. It reflects shit. It's what color it is. If you ever read the book, if you ever read the book fucking Gone, read the Gone series about some kids being in California alone. They got a dome over the earth. A dome over, not the earth, but a dome over their little part in California. And it's running. Things are breaking down, but the nature shit is about to take over. So that's what the shit is supposed to be here. And imagine if there's something just painted like, we don't know, but fucking it moves. It moves along the dome in a way where we perceive it to be stars and all that shit moving. But if it's there every day and that shit don't change, then we don't know. And look at the next bullshit. We're never going to see anything change in that sky, because they say shit that happens because it's stars so far away. If that star explodes, we wouldn't see it for like 40 to 100 years or something stupid like that. So that's a great excuse. Look at everything that they tell you. I don't even know what question I'm on, but I didn't rant it. Look at everything that they tell you, and there's going to be a reason why you'll never see that shit. A fossil takes too long to be made, so you'll never see that. A star and light moves so slow through space, and that shit is so far away that if it exploded, you'll die before you'll see it in the sky, right? The sun and the moon is in different places in the sky at different times, but you see the moon in the morning, my nigga. right? That's just supposed to be going on the other side of the earth because the earth is a ball. We spun, right? Over the night. Fucking, what else stupid type of shit? Like fucking, I don't even know. Oh, the earth is round, but because of perspective, you would never be able to see the curve in it unless you got a GoPro with a fisheye lens. Like, these niggas is stupid and they tell us stupid shit and we believe it. You know what I mean? So, let me get back to the question. Is there a master plan? I don't even know how the fuck I got here. Is there a master plan? Oh, I was talking about shit being different. Like, there's multiple stories and there's multiple ways. Like, so it could be a master plan. This is one of the questions where I just don't know. Because it could be a master plan, but it really could just be us believing in things as a people. Somebody could have saw something and believed it so hard that they told somebody else and they told somebody else and they told somebody. Like, it was supposed to be a Freemason or Illuminati letter that was caught on the way to somebody else. And that's how shit started circulating. But what if that wasn't even what it was, you know? Or what if these niggas is really just people trying to do good? Like, we don't know. Shit could be taken any way. Or they perception of good and bad could be different, you know? And it could just be, like I said before, these niggas said, let's get it together. Let's make something of ourselves. And them niggas ended up owning countries. What if it's that and not niggas said we gonna own everything and fuck everything up? You know? So I don't know about that one. But you have to figure that shit out yourself, honestly. The next question is, if power corrupts and absolute power. Oh, let me say that over because I bit my tongue. I almost died trying to say that. If power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, then shouldn't we be looking to take power away from everyone, which in turn gives them power over themselves? I don't even know what that shit mean. Shouldn't we be looking to take power away from everyone, which in turn gives them power over themselves? Oh, yeah. That's just a plain ass yes. Because if we're talking about power corrupting, imagine the world. God is who you're supposed to follow. Like, we ain't talking about Jesus is supposed to be King of Kings. He wasn't on the earth yet in the beginning. So when we talk, that's how you got to think about how the earth is supposed to run. Whether you're thinking about science or fucking God, what we talking about is there was a certain way that we were made to live on this earth, and because of our thoughts and stupid shit, we start changing that and making more problems for ourselves. Everything that you see in front of you, you work because that shit has to be maintained. It has to be maintained because it doesn't maintain itself. It's not self-sustaining. It's not self-sustaining because we made that shit. We're self-sustaining, right? Whether God made us or science made us, science or God don't got to come down from wherever the fuck that shit is to come fix us. We fix ourselves. But a building can't put a brick back. You know what I mean? A computer can't get the virus out of itself. Everything that we make breaks down. So that's why we all got to work so damn hard to keep all this shit from breaking down, literally. But the trees keep going. You know what I mean? The animals keep reproducing. Everything that's supposed to be on this earth reproduces itself. So we don't have to do too much work. We fucked it up for ourselves somehow, and we got to do more work than we was originally supposed to do. But even then, it's not this much work to sustain. Only if you build in dumb shit that will eventually crumble if you don't tend to it every single day. That's the crazy part. You know? So what we talking about is taking the power away from anybody who has power, because what do you need it for? Every country does what it does, and then people run it every day. The government doesn't run it. No government runs anything. Like, the government owns things. The government fucking rules over people, but they don't run things. The people in every country runs things. They run the country. You run life. That's what we do. So if you take the power away from them and give the power back to us, nothing to happen. Something to happen. Something to happen because we've been dealing so long with kings and niggas trying to take over. So as soon as we erase power, somebody else is going to try to take it now, because that's what we've been taught to do after thousands of years. But originally, take this power away. If we could have this good conversation, take the power away and let everybody keep doing what the hell they doing, or take this shit away and replace it with what was originally here and whatnot. You know, you do that, and then we teach everybody to do what we need to do to keep the damn earth running, and nobody has a problem because the earth will keep itself running, and we'll live our lives, which we keep forgetting is the point of all this damn technology. The point of everything, we started thinking, hey, like niggas take it back to the wheel talking about technology. I gotta go on another rant. Niggas said, "Oh, I don't wanna move this hay all the way from here to over there. You know, I'm gonna put it in something and put a wheel on it. Like that's smart, but that doesn't really have any adverse effects to anything. You know, when we talking about, hey yo, I need all this hay right now from here over there in one go. I'm gonna make a big ass truck that runs on gasoline. You know what I mean? And then that's where the problem gets created, where we start getting too creative. There is a certain thing as too creative, especially when you're dealing with the world. And we need to start figuring that out and start weighing out these pros and cons, which the government does not do. They don't weigh pros and cons. They say, what can we make from this? And then they do it. But that's what we need to do. So give the power back to us. Fuck these niggas. Next question. Reasons why these little kids are idiots. I started getting into some funny shit just trying to write shit down still. I remember this day. But these little kids are idiots simply because fucking everything. Music, TV, we already know. Everything is too accessible. So in life, you deal with real people, you know? Imagine I thought I was gonna have a locker in high school because every TV show I ever saw had lockers in the high school. You know? I thought I was supposed to get off when it snowed outside because every time it snowed in a TV show or movie, niggas got out of school. So when we dealing with what you see every damn day on the TV, you start to get a perception about things. And then you go out in the world and you run with that perception because you saw it on TV. And since we got a whole generation of kids raised off of phones, we're not talking TVs because at a certain point, like even what our parents were saying, at a certain point, TV went off for them because TV was new. There wasn't a bunch of stations. So there was a couple stations, and at a certain point, they're going to shut it down because people are working mostly 9 to 5. Niggas aren't working too many overnight jobs. So most people are asleep at these times, and they know that. Unless you some type of next life nigga, and you ain't going to be inside watching TV anyway, right? So TV went off at a certain time, and it stopped the kids from being so stuck on it. And then in our generation, TV ran 24 hours, but we went outside and shit like that. Now in this generation, TV runs 24 hours and they go outside, but when they go outside, they still got a TV with them. So perception gets fucked up. And since it's all of these niggas raised off of all of these different fucked up perspectives, that shit blends together and makes a bunch of stupidity. That's why these little kids is idiots. But they gonna get better. They probably gonna be the smartest niggas, I ain't gonna lie. These niggas gonna be the generation to destroy us. Because they're gonna be too creative from watching a bunch of stupid shit. And they going, like I said, too creative. And they gonna make mad, crazy shit. And they gonna kill us with it. Not us on purpose. They gonna just destroy the earth. Fucking around. But reasons why voting for Obama because he was black is idiotic. This is the next question. I forgot to announce it. That's stupid. If you vote for somebody, like, niggas are justified. Like, yeah, but we ain't had no black president before. But it's like, so what? This nigga could have came in and was really a crackhead in the background. What if he was a crackhead in the background, or like a heroin addict, like in the background for real, or he did coke or some shit? Like he came in and started really fucking shit up, and you voted him in because he black, and now no other president could get in. Black person, sorry, no other black president could get in because, or candidate will say, because he fucked it up for our name. But aside from that, it's just like the simple things of shit don't change. Like shit ain't really changed in the ghetto for black people. So as we see, voting him in because he was black was idiotic because he didn't do anything for us. He did more shit for niggas that don't even live in this country than he did for black people. That nigga did more shit for immigrants, illegal immigrants, than he did for niggas who was in slavery through generations in this country. So that's why you can't fuck with it. Next question. Reasons why the American public eats ass. I don't know who I'm talking about. I'm probably talking about us as the public. We eat a lot of ass. I ain't gonna lie. Because we don't do nothing about shit. Like, niggas talk about shit all the time through generations, but nothing ever happened to the government. Like, we the least likely to throw a riot ever. And niggas might call it because we pamper here, like, and pacified and all of that, you know? And we get catered to and a lot of shit that makes us lazy. But when we ask for real things, it kind of gets ignored, you know? And when niggas is mad about things, it's like we mad right now, but then some shit gonna come out later, and we gonna be like, oh shit. Like, I think these niggas do crazy shit around the holiday times, like in October, and then it's shopping time, and y'all niggas done ate, so y'all forgot all about the crazy shit they just did. Like, I remember this nigga Obama supposedly put out a law about niggas being able to be detained indefinitely for no reason. And he put that shit out on New Year's Day while niggas was partying. Y'all niggas was out there drinking. Obama was passing laws that if you know the country, the shit didn't get better for black people under Obama, like for criminal type niggas. So we mean y'all niggas could now get picked up, thrown in the jail cell for no ass reason. And nobody knows about it because they didn't put it on the news and niggas don't look nothing up. So that's that. That's why we eat ass. There's more examples, but fuck all that shit. Reasons why conspiracy theories exist. Conspiracy theories exist because niggas be lying and niggas be shady. That's a simple ass answer too. That's it. Because like I said, these niggas could have completely good intentions, but since they move so weird about everything, we got no choice but to try to think about what these niggas is thinking about. Said, nah, that nigga not trying to help me. He trying to do some next shit because they looking at you like a snake. Like, what you supposed to think? You know, nothing add up. Nothing don't add up. Maybe to add up with some more information. Maybe it is something good that's going on, but we can't see that. All we see is nothing is adding up, and shit don't add up very often with these niggas. That's why conspiracy theories exist. I'm liking this. Niggas get definite answers. Next question. How did black people as a group lose their language if slave owners didn't want us to read or write? So I heard niggas was saying that they was telling these niggas don't speak your language because, you know, the slave owners ain't like that shit. But it's like, regardless of this or that, people go to sleep. So it's like, when you with your family, you're gonna speak in a language that you know. Through generations, you know, I can't imagine. I don't, like, I'm sure it's Chinese niggas that don't speak no Chinese, but everybody I see be like having a little bit of connection to their own people. And that's not as long as us coming from there, but it's just weird that we have nothing. You can't say that they beat all of everything else can be taken. If you're talking about a people who was taken from their place that they was living at and they lost everything that they had, wouldn't you try to keep your language? That's literally except for your body, that's the last thing connecting you to where you come from. And you gonna let language go? You not gonna write nothing down. I don't know if these niggas was writing because I don't know nothing about Africa. I don't even believe my people come from there, but you ain't gonna write nothing down. You ain't gonna keep no language. Like, this the nigga that's supposed to keep the language and he gonna teach this person. Like, at least that, like. So I can't even imagine. I can't even answer that question. I don't know how. I really can't imagine it. So I'm gonna fucking move on. Y'all think about that. If there's a way for you to comment on anything, just let me know if you got an idea. So, why be on the curb with a why lie? I need a bear sign. This is the more stupid shit. Like, a nigga need a bear. Like, at a certain point, a nigga realized, hey yo, I'm tired of lying. Cause when I be like, hey yo, money for food, niggas be like, you ain't gonna get no food, so I might as well say I need a beer. Maybe somebody come through and respect me for it. Like, I don't even know why Jadakiss asked that question. Why? Why is Jadakiss asking this shit? Huh? That nigga on the curb. He need that beer. That's why he there. He was gonna get it, whether he asked for beer, food, motherfucking water, some shoes. He was gonna get that beer, nigga. So that's why. You welcome, Jadakiss. Aha, nigga. Next question. Is it right to down a person for selling drugs? I don't think so. I'm going to just interject myself because I had a thought earlier where it was funny that niggas is out here complaining. Like, we talking about black people when I say niggas this time. Usually when I say niggas, it's about everybody. But, you know, I have different meanings. You could tell by the context of the sentence. But niggas is out here complaining about this immigrant shit, this illegal immigrant shit. But then the same niggas turn around and down they local drug dealer. Like, how could you do that? These niggas are illegal. This nigga sells illegal drugs. You tell this nigga to go get a legal job. A legal immigrant can't get a legal job. So why would you even accept them coming over here? Like, why is that even a thing that you would fight for? But then you'll let the drug dealer be down all day. Like, that shit's crazy. These niggas go to jail like, oh, you shouldn't have been selling them drugs. Like, hello, I'm making more money than I would. I'm making more money than you making, nigga. Niggas be looking at a drug dealer. This nigga sometimes, like some of them be fucking up, but I be seeing drug dealers with cars and shit. It's like, niggas be going to work faithfully, walking, taking the train, while this motherfucker at home most of the time and got a car. This shit is crazy. Probably got it for cheaper because he know more niggas because he don't just go to work and have meaningless conversations with motherfuckers. You know, he talk to people that he actually want to talk to. He come in contact with a lot more people that he'll actually know instead of, oh, hey, how you doing? Would you like a burger? Yeah. Oh, yeah, nice hair. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and then you get to know him like, oh, hey, Bob, want that burger? And that's the most you'll ever do. You serve a purpose in his life. He don't serve no purpose in your life. And you get nothing from it. Like, shit is crazy. So, I don't know, man. You can't down a nigga for selling drugs. Niggas make more money, like, sometimes. And it's a business, like, whether... And it's crazy because niggas is... Like, we should all feel bad that niggas was getting locked up for all this time. And then the country just, with the sign of a law, like, with just a stroke of a pen, them niggas made this shit legal. And started... They don't give poor niggas fucking business loans. They don't. So the honesty of it is white people and niggas who have already been established in this country is going to be the first people to make money off illegal weed. While niggas have been going to jail for mad long over this shit and it's fucked up. Like, they won't even do the shit where you take the motherfuckers who made a lot of money selling weed and give them a business. That's what you owe them. If you gonna come back and make this shit legal and have niggas, mostly white people, making money, then take the real big niggas and give them the business. Tell them you sorry for putting them in jail for something that now you don't even feel bad about, now that you making money off of it. And give them niggas that building. Have them selling it. Because we already know they do it good. They did it good with no spot. They did that shit good on the street, nigga. Of course they gonna do that good in the building when you give them mad profit. You give them a fucking base of product that's never gonna end. And you gonna make money from it. So never down niggas for doing anything, really. Because it's crazy out here. And to do something, as they be telling you, like, work hard, doing shitty shit to do what you want. But that could take years. You could be 40 by the time you get to what you want. Just depending on circumstances, even if you work super hard. So it's like, don't down them. Don't down nobody. Next question. Why do elders think school is the only way to make it? It's easy shit. These niggas went through a lot of crazy shit, like, and they didn't go to school because they was the real generation that was like, excuse me, I'm not doing that shit. Because at first it was like, I need to work with my hands, so I'm not. The women was still mostly at home, or they was doing clerical shit, and the men was like, I don't need to work in no ways, so I need to get my hands ready. Like, I need to get a skill so I could be marketable. So women was the ones always going to school more, you know, because men was working with their hands. But now the world is changing. So the elders think that we should go to school. That's always what they say. Go to school, go to school, go to school. And that's because they never experienced it. Like, they experienced all this other shit, but that's what they didn't see. So because they didn't make it to the places that they wanted to be in life, the only route they could see is the route that they didn't choose. And that's what they tell you to do after that. So that's a simple answer for that, I feel. Are God and the devil real? Next question. Sorry. I do not know. I feel that they are real, both. Honestly, that's how I feel. I feel. Shout out to Kendrick. He gonna listen to the shit. Watch. We both Lamars. I just want to say that. Me, him, and J. Cole, and Jeffrey, Lil Jeffrey. But I don't know, man. That's a hard question, and I'm not even gonna try to tackle it. Fuck it. I ain't got time for that. That's too hard of a question. Are you meant to be with one person your whole life? I I don't know. That's a crazy question. It's like, from what I learned from the Bible, like, I think you are, but I don't think that mean. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know about that shit either. Part of me think you are. All of me think that men not supposed to just be tied sexually to one person. Just going by nature and the way that we made and the shit that went on in the Bible. But, I feel like men could be tied to more than one person, whereas women can't. But yeah, that's it. Excuse my coughing. So, fuck that question. Is there a difference? Oh no, I'm not reading that one. That was supposed to be a debate. Do you feel black people face traps in this country? We face traps every day, man. Work is a fucking trap. I realized that our bodies, like white people was made, We made white people, regardless of if you think we grafted the black skin, grafted the melanin out of black people and made white people, or if you believe that a nigga was born white because of a curse type shit. Either way, we was here first and they wasn't, so we deal more with the earth, whereas they deal more with, I'm trying to make something of myself. When these niggas was made and they started to get their own shit, they was like terrible. Like they was poor. They was, they was living crazy. And that's because they wasn't established. And we were. So they looked to us and they be like, I'm going to be better than that. And then once they got there, they work hard to stay better than us. So they got to also work hard to put us down at the same time. So that's why we face traps here. Even living with ourselves at this point, with all the crazy shit that we've been taught and all the shit that we've been neglected in our teachings, just living with each other is terrible most of the time. Like niggas fight with, these are the things that we look back on and like laugh at, like fighting all day. Niggas fight with our siblings non-stop, get older and laugh about it. Niggas fight with our spouses and like either break up or break up and talk about it separately, or get old and talk about it either angrily or laugh about it, but it's like niggas shouldn't be fighting all day. And that's because our teachings is fucked up from being in this place. Everything is a trap. Niggas is confused. Last question is, are we in the Matrix? I don't know about that either. Sometimes I feel like it. Like this shit just might be fake. It might be. I don't have an answer for that one. This shit, I'm not talking about the Matrix like the movie. Like, I'm just talking about this shit is fake. Like, all of this shit is fake. This shit could be the Matrix based on the Illuminati making this shit a game. This shit could be the Matrix, like, God made this shit. And like, this shit is not even real in front of us. Like, because imagine if this isn't the way the world is supposed to be. Imagine if this shit is like a simulator. Like, in a way like that. Like, a simulator, but not talking about, like, the movie specifically. What if this is see the way you fuck up through generations? What if we already in paradise and he just making us see this vision right now? He making all of us see, because you don't know what happens after you die. After you die, you could still be watching this shit. Or he shows us what we all could have been doing, and then we end up in paradise. Like, it could be any of those things. Like, it could be anything. It also could be real. And I don't really even know, like, what's better, what's worse. This shit is just crazy out here. But I'm looking forward to a time where I ain't got to talk about none of this shit. Because everything I talk about on this shit is issues. I talk about issues. It's real nigga news. We talk about real nigga issues. So, I can't... I don't know. Paradise means the death of everything I've ever seen. But paradise also means the death of everything I ever seen. You know? Because I won't say everything, but a lot of the shit I seen was bad. And I ain't even talking about, like, terrible, terrible shit, but I'm talking about bad in people. And there's some other terrible shit you seen, too, but that's not even the worst of it. The physical bad stuff don't outweigh the way people be acting, or the way people treat each other, or the things niggas that do to each other for power. So, I don't know. We might be in the fucking Matrix. But we gonna try to get ahead. That's real shit. Real nigga news. That was all insanity topics. And we done with this shit. It's an insanity-filled world. And now, I shall not bring up another insanity out here in this bitch. So what I'm gonna do from now on is, I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about what I want to talk about. The real nigga topics or the real nigga thoughts is still gonna come in as just titles, as what they are. And the real nigga news will be still posted up as what it is. Haven't been watching anything. I should have took the opportunity to put that Trump shit in the wall as a real nigga, not a real nigga, a real nigga news topic. Sorry, but I didn't take the time to do that. So that should have come when it come. But now that I'm done with this, I'm free to free my mind up. So that was insanity. It was Black Moon Pat, real nigga news, and now I'm Lord Mav. Y'all better fuck with this shit forever, because I'm going to keep talking. Thanks for watching my motherfucking ads. Peace.